Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. Whenever we were last on, we were here in Gwathrindath. We were talking to Langlamel. We had ran a couple of quests for her friends over there. Forglin. And, I can't remember her name now. What was her name? Dethalowin. Forglin and Dethalowin. We have been able to run that, destroy a bunch of orcs down closer to the foundations of stone down around the lake and all that. Lenglamel here has sent us now on a quest. What am I doing? This is the one that I want. Let's see. Evils beneath the earth. She has given us a bag of barrels here. These barrels glow dimly even in the dark recesses of the abyss. She says there are cracks throughout the foundations of stone, not far from Gwathrindath here, and asks us to place the elf stones in front of the cracks to keep the nameless creatures from coming out and assaulting or otherwise being a threat to the elven foothold here in the foundations of stone. So that is what we're going to do, and as we come out, sure enough, there is a crack in the abyss right in front of us. So let us go over here, and we are going to place a stone. Wow. Look there. Nice effect. Very nice effect here. I have it so it almost does look like you could almost go inside there. Alright, we placed an elf stone at the abyss crack. See, you can't. But they've got it so it almost looks like you can go in there. That is sweet. Well done, Turbine. Let us, the nameless things which dwell here, once served the Balrog. Now they serve another. See, y'all don't know the Balrog is dead, do you? Well, I guess maybe they do. They've gotten the information from their sources. Let us continue on down here, see if we can find some more cracks in the abyss. Now, apparently they are not far from, as they say, Grothendath. So let us continue looking. I'm going to look down this way, and then we will head over back toward the road there, just to see if perhaps there's one down this way anywhere. Hope everyone's been having a good one. I have indeed. Had a very good weekend. Spent a lot of time off with my family and all. Let's see. Don't see anything off that way. And that way leads to a cliff. So yeah, I think if we were going to see it, it ought to be closer. So we're going to go back out to the main path here and probably head along it, like toward the, more toward the lake or something like that, and see if that will find us more of these cracks. We've got to find 2 more of them. I'm going to check over this way. Looking around, making sure there's nothing on the back of all these stones and all. Yep, there's one flashing. Knew we'd come across one. Alright. So let's move on over there. Crack in the abyss. Oh, cool. And the little interiors, the little fake cave interiors on the inside are different, because that's a different than what we had in the other one. Very nice, very nice. They could have just cut and pasted the same thing over and over, but they did not. Nice. Alright, we got to find one more of these cracks, place the barrel in front of it. Eventually we're going to do these Moria Mirror quests too. Let's see if it'll be up this way. because those things, those were another one of those quests that, much like the Riddle quest and all, which would take you the length and breadth of Moria here. I think, yeah, this is going back into the red. Going back into the oh, Nude Melik. That takes you back into Nude Melik, did it? Yeah, okay. We know which path this is to get back out of here then. That takes you back to Nude Melik and to the second hall. And so we have to come down here and you hit the road and hang a left, and that will take you, yeah, the goat to the Shadowed Refuge. So you hit here and you take a left and follow the road, and that takes you back to the Shadowed Refuge. How nice. Let's continue looking for a crack, because you remember last time we got good and lost down in here when we were trying to find that. Oh, there we go. Plastiglobsnaga. We got good and lost last time in here when we were trying to find our way to the refuge by ourselves. Yep, and there you go. Yet a third type of crack in the abyss. Alright, very good. Now we go back and talk to Glamel. And we will do that right now. In fact, I will run over here and grab this goat since we have one so close at hand. Let us go back and talk to her. Friend of the Golden Wood. And we are going the wrong way. That is deeper. We need to be moving outward. Okay. We need to go and fight whatever that creature was. Bildrol, or whatever his name was, for our little burglar friend over there, too. And get the burglar XP, or whatever it was she was going to be giving us. Let us talk to Langlamel. Gonna let y'all know, I'm going to be kind of disjointed today. If you watched any of the videos I put up the last few days, I've had a really bad cold for the last week. And, playing on cough medicine has not always been the best thing in the world to do. Cough and cold medicine. It has left me. The light of Iarendil's star brings hope even to this darkness. It has left me pretty scatterbrained at times. You have done what you could, Gnarlo, but where the Nameless are concerned, I hope only that it will be enough. We must find Mithrandir, if he yet lives. Beyond Light and Knowledge, Chapter 7. When first we arrived here at the Foundations of Stone, we did so at the request of Lady Galadriel, and had one primary objective, to learn what fate befell Mithrandir, the grey pilgrim in these very depths. Yes, I speak of Gandalf. He passed into the shadow of the abyss, and it was the hope of the lady that he might be found and found safe. The elf Maegor sought him for many days, but found no sign. Maegor still has not returned, Gnarlo, and I am beginning to worry. There are two places I would have you search for signs of either Mithrandir or Maegor. The top of the bottom portion of the Endless Stair and the Black Lake. When you have searched both places, I hope you will have some sign of either the wizard or Maegor. So we need to search the Black Lake. I think we found some evidence of the wizard there, didn't we? We're ahead of you. And search the top of the bottom of the Endless Stair, which, unfortunately, isn't quite so endless anymore. Alright, we know where we are going, and why this Maegor guy couldn't have found evidence of Gandalf where we found it. Hell, we weren't even looking for him, and we managed to slip into the lake and find evidence of him over there at that big old shard, didn't we? So that is what we are going to do. We are going to mount up. We are going to head on over toward the Black Lake. Search the... we will go and search the spire again that we had searched once before. The broken span. And I'm sure that then we will see that the Gandalf's hat. So cool. I guess Gandalf's hat does have a purpose there after all. I bet it'd be all sparkly and glowing this time for us to notice it and recognize it as evidence of Gandalf having been there. And then we will travel on around the lake. Pull it up. We'll travel on around the lake, the far side, because to get to the endless stair, you remember us pointing out the endless stair, to get there you have to travel all the way around the lake. So there really is no way to cut across in a shortcut. So that's what we will do. And we will see you when we reach one of those two spots. Why am I heading back up toward the Red Horns again? No wonder I couldn't see myself on the map. Wandered into the foundation, wandered into the Red Horn loads again, didn't I? Alright, let's go back out. Now, where are we? There we are. We were heading entirely in the wrong direction. Let's go back down this way and head back over toward the lake, shall we? And that takes you back to the Red Horns, too. Alright, this is the way we're wanting to go. Head on back over toward the lake. Yes, there we go. Told you it's easy to get turned around down here. So we're going to circle around the lake now. And once... Alright, that takes us back up there. Come on, guys, it was real easy before. I came out here and I literally fell into the lake. It's like we are one... if I take that road, it takes me right back up there, right? Yes. Takes me right back up to the Shadowed Refuge. So let us go over the edge. And this way now. Alright, I still get lost down here. I told y'all, cough medicine, not a good thing to be exploring on. He mucks up with your perceptions. In a very bad way. Alright, we will pass underneath here. And then we should turn eastwardly. As Bilbo said in The Hobbit, never go east. But it does not apply in here. Once you're already in the east, you might as well continue in the east. I see, yes, I think I see lake over that way, don't I? So let's get on past this overseer if we can. I definitely see openings in the cave, which opens up into more of the... There we go. We're starting to see cave and water and everything on the map. Very good. I'm sincerely hoping that's what we're seeing anyway. Yep, there we go. Alright, like I said, once again, we are going to follow this around. Boy, that was a confusing mess. We're going to follow this around the lake until we get all the way around where we can see the base of the stair there and get to where Gandalf's hat is. So we will see y'all again when we reach it. Alright folks, we are coming up on the bridge shard here among all the netherwort, and sure enough, there we go, a burned hat. Ah, we already found you. Ha ha ha. Alright, let's click on the burned hat. This hat is burned and ashen, but certainly once belonged to Gandalf the Grey. Awesome, awesome. Did we pick it up? We sure did. This pointed hat is burned and blackened in many places. Nice. Nice. Alright. Now we need to get over there to the endless stair, the bottom of the endless stair. And the only really good way of doing that is that I know of is to circle on around the lake, because I think it's much like just all that bank spin. I don't think you can climb up any of the bank sides there until you get basically over here. So we are going to head back over this way. Where we are on the map, we're right there in the center of the lake. We're going to have to go back up to the north and then come circle around this way. This time we might get to even see the place where you go to the Shadowed Cave, or to Gnarlo, which I've never been to. I imagine it is another big high-level instance, just like the Shadowed Cave is. But we will find out, hopefully, when we get over that way. So let us continue along. I'm actually thinking that was a dead end, wasn't it? I remember us going that way the first time we were down here, and it being a dead end over that way, or at least I couldn't find any way of getting around. It seemed like we kept coming up to like caverns that just ended in what am I trying to say? Words, Gnarlo, words. English is a beautiful language, use it. Hallways that would end in caverns that had no exits from them. And other places that would end with just ledges that just dropped off into the lake, and that was it. Although it seems like that is exactly the way we are going again this time. It does seem to be following the road. We are circling on around, so we'll see what happens. We are once again following into territory where we really haven't explored very much. Of course, we weren't trying to find our way around the lake last time either. We were actually trying to head for the Shadowed Cave. So I was going to show that to y'all. Yeah, I remember going over that way with all the headless vile overseers and stuff. I think if we actually just try to circle around the cave... Ooh, that guy's got an area effect on him. Doesn't seem to be a damaging one, though, because it didn't break our cover. Not that we couldn't have taken on a Globsnaga troll. We've beaten a few of them before. Hey, wonder if that's the way up to the cave. This way definitely seems to be circling on around. We'll do that. Let's circle on around the lake. When we come back, we might see if that way will take us back up to the Shadowed Cave. Or perhaps not. Let's take a look here again. Yep, we're circling on around. That must be the way to Gnarlo. So we'll have two places that we can take a peek at as we circle back around here. Can we see what the shard is? Nope. Got too much stuff. There it is, right over there. See, the shard is almost actually to the north of us now. Kind of surprised. I was thinking that this right up here might be a rally circle or something, but it looks more like an egg pit, doesn't it? Boy, they really take this alien thing there, this whole xenomorph thing, don't they? Where it looks like looks a lot like the eggs of the xenomorphs scattered in the pits down there. I think someone, when they were designing this place, watched Alien a little too many times. I would say that, except for the fact that you can't watch Alien too many times. Not in my book. Alright, we are circling on around. We will be over here to the base of the endless stair. Before you know it, there it is lighting up ahead of us there. The shard is back off to our side, right behind that post. See that wonderful toxic waterfall there. And let us not fall into the lake from this side. We will have to come all the way back around if we do. Wow, look at all the egg pits. Over and over and over. Egg pits everywhere. I remember having a lot of fights down this way when I was on my dwarf. Did not remember Gandalf's hat, but I remember having to pretty much fight my way through all this stuff. But of course, he was a badass. So absolutely no trouble there. Okay, there we go. Wow, look at there. There's the bottom of the endless stair. You have discovered the endless stair. Wow. Alright, we will definitely do a travel log, but we're going to have to find a good vantage point. And we will add this to the list. How about right here? Yeah, that's a pretty good one, and we'll just go straight up with it, alrighty? Alright, we'll see you in just a second here. The Endless Stair. This stair was rumored to have been built up through a natural passage that ran from the deepest caverns of Khazad-dûm to the frozen heights of Zirak-Zigil far above. Here at the bottom, parts of it appear to have recently been shattered by some terrible force. Alright, that's the travelogue for the Endless Stair, and it completed. Let's see, we got some turbine points. We completed the deed. The foundations of stone. We found all 5 landmarks now here. The Shadowed Refuge, the Endless Stair, the Bridge Shard, Zabad Fakak, and Dal Gumru. And because of that, we were granted turbine points, marks. We have 2 Valor that we can add in now as our virtue. And we got increased reputation with the miners. 500 more points with the miners. Fantasticoff. Alright, now what we need to do, we need to go to the top of the bottom of the stair here and see if we can find the missing elf scout. Can't believe those banners are still hanging there. Haven't totally rotted away. This was one hell of a construction project here. See it? This is a different concept than what I always thought of it as. You know, it's just like the movies. You know, as long as you read the books first, you picture stuff in the books a certain way, and then when you see things like the Hobbit cartoon or the Lord of the Rings movies or the Hobbit movie, you get a different representation, but it usually doesn't erase the idea that you had in your head when you read stuff in the book. Same kind of thing here. Always had a different concept of the Endless Stair as being more carved into the actual living rock, an actual spiral stair going up that was carved into the rock. Much like what you do in Minecraft. Whenever you start, usually your first dig down in Minecraft, usually just pick a spot and start digging down in a spiral until you hit bedrock. That's kind of what I pictured here. Never really pictured it as being a giant construction project like this, Think of how long this had to have made when everything about it, when supposedly it spirals up in a giant endless spiral up a giant cleft in the rock. Never really thought of it that way. So it gives adds to your source in your head, adds to the store in your head of what kind of ideas and pictures you can have. Yet another person's concept or a group's concept of what they think the Endless Stair would be. Always good to be adding to the ideas store in your head. Oh, and here we go, a bunch of burned rubble. As it looks like we are coming to the broken edge of the stair. Yep, there we go. We've gone as far up the stair as we can, as the rest of it is all shattered and busted and burned here. And no, you can't get over there and jump. Trust me, I've tried it and ended up down there on the next level. Very happy to be alive. Let's look at the burned rubble. This rubble is burned and broken and blocks further passage up the stair. Bring the burned hat back to Langlamel. So that is what we are going to do now. I will work my way back around the lake. In fact, we might... I've got a little bit of inventory maintenance to do, so what I might do is take a map to the 21st Hall, do what I need to do there, and then take the stable back to the refuge. I think that's what I'll do, and we'll see you when we get back over to Langlamel. We have returned to Gwathandath. I tell you, I was out there riding up on the taxi goat from the 21st Hall, and there's about 9 people wandering around in the Shadowed Refuge. I am once again so freaking disused to people being anywhere. That it's still the hardest thing I have to... Hardest part of being on Landreval.
These are troubling signs. I fear for the wizard.
That I have to get used to. Alright, 7. Beyond Light and Knowledge. You describe your discovery of Gandalf's burned hat in the middle of the Black Lake and of the rubble that chokes the endless stair. Langlamel sighs. Your news of Mithrandir and the lack of news concerning my friend Magor both fill me with anxiety, for we still do not know their fates. I thank you for it, but it could be that Magor, at least, may soon return to us. Dithalawin found something while you were away.
We must stop Mozog's orcs before they unleash an evil we cannot counter.
Hey, we just leveled up. Level 64. Yay! Chapter 8, New Devilry. What fresh devilry is this? Dithalawin found an elf stone, much like the ones I gave you earlier, by the cave mouth to Azanrukar, from which emanated a foul stench. You did not place this stone, Gnarlo. It must have been Magor. But why would he have left the stone rather than return to the camp himself? I think the cave Magor found may be the source of the great evil Lady Galadriel sensed beneath Moria. If you can rescue Magor from its clutches, he may be able to tell us something of its power. Gather your courage, friend, whatever this new Failcraft be. If it could best a great elf like Magor in combat, it must be dangerous indeed. Alright, inspiration will assist you. It can only be completed by a solo or 2-person group. It's the first time I've seen that. I've seen solos and I've seen the fellowships that you're allowed to go in with smaller people. Never seen one that is built only for solo or duo. So next time we will come back here, talk to her, and we will go in the instance of a Zanar. Let's get this name right now. Azanarukar. Good enough until they tell us how to pronounce it whenever we actually go into it. So that is where we will leave off. I'm going to sit here and do our customary smoking of the pipe. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. There will not be as long a break between this and the next one as there was in the last. As I said again, I do apologize because I was quite busy. And also I was rather sick. And this is one of those games where I like to be able to concentrate and be a little bit more clear-headed. Because some of the others I can get through, and it actually makes it a lot easier if I'm kind of doped up at the time. But this is one that I like to have my thoughts about me and be able to talk about the background and the history and everything. So we will see you next time. Thanks for coming along. And until then, have a great time. Bye-bye.